Oh, don't eat the bacon. I want some. I want some bacon.
Well, hello everybody. Thanks for joining me today. My name's Dave. This is GoProspecting. This is our first real mining trip of the season. It's May long. It's a rather harsh weekend down in Calgary, so we decided to make the 300-kilometer trip up north where it's nice. The North Saskatchewan River, home of flower gold. So we're up here for 2-3 days, and we're gonna set up the high bankers, and we're just gonna, just dig. When you dig on the North Saskatchewan here, it's mostly just find a decent spot, find some river gravel, preferably in the banks, and you just kind of give her. And the more you dig, the more you get, and it just slowly builds up in your sluice box. So I'll go down, probably set up. You've seen me set up before, so it's it'll be one of those things where I'll show you. I'm going to work on the slope, the pitch of the high banker, and a little bit of water flow, and it's about tuning in that active mat so we can try to minimize as much losses as we can, but without getting a whole ton of cons in the process. So let's not waste too much time and get at her. So I had one of those old wooden picks that was heavier than hell, so I thought I'd treat myself and work smarter, not harder. That's a 2.5 pound composite handle pick. We'll be using that on the side, and of course the old goon spoon. We're old buddies by now. Okay, so if you guys follow my channel and look in past videos, you'll know my basic setup, but for those of you who are new, I'll go over it real quick. I run a high banker, 4 feet, I think it's 3 feet, then I run an extension. I use gold hog matting with UR, downdraft, and bedrock matting alternating. Rick from Gold Designs initially built this high banker, and it's worked out pretty well for me. I have made some changes over the last couple of years. I've taken out the carpet, I repainted the grizzly bars, and in the header box I took out the nugget trap and put in some a little bit of miner's moss. I put in a heavier mat here to settle the water down as it flows over the hog matting, nice and even. And then I built this little header box here so the water rebounds back, settles down in the head of the extension, and then flows out for any last second recovery of the fine flower gold. Got rid of all the overburn. You can see here, this is kind of what it looks like naturally. It doesn't take long for the natural grasses and weeds and whatnot to grow. So you just have to clear that off. I don't really run that stuff, and then this stuff should be the good stuff. So let's start her up. So it's about noon now. I kind of took off the first good layer of gravel, a little bit of overburn still mixed with lots of sandy material. Ran that through the banker. It's lunchtime, so I decided to break for lunch, shut her down. I pulled the mat here because it's so easy to pull out. That's why I love active matting. So I just rolled up the mat, tossed it in the bucket with a little bit of jet dry, and then I panned it out because you gotta know if your process is working or not, so you're not wasting all your time. So this is what I got. Hopefully you can see that. Just tons and tons of flower gold. So I didn't pull the miner's moss, and I haven't even cleaned out the extension. I think there'll be a ton in the miner's moss. So I even put my pan at the end of the extension there and didn't find only about 2 or 3 little grains of flour. So I think the process is working. I got the setup at about 7.5 degrees. I make little tweaks to make sure the water's moving right, because the high banker does kind of settle around a bit when you're chucking heavy gravels into it. So yeah, I'm gonna break for lunch, and then hopefully I'm thinking the concentration will get a little bit better as we dig down. I'm just gonna take out that whole cut there. And looking downriver, we got Jerry from Bullshit Corner giving it his best. And then further downstream, we got Kevin, the real Canadian gold prospector. He knows how to give her. Come on, give her. Well, trust me, he knows how to give her. Yeah, you really can't beat the pleasantness of working on the side of the river. It's early morning. Just gonna take it in, enjoy it, do a little bit of digging. Really, the gold's just the bonus. And there's Jerry. Always checking his mats. Let's go over and see Jerry. He finally switched over from the dream mat to kind of active gold hog type matting. Only, as you'll see, he made it with his 3D printer, so go check out his channel and find the video where he made that. It's kind of neat, but we will see if it works. Untested, virgin matting.
I got down to the magical rust layer.
Got to the magic layer. Yeah. Are you digging hard or hardly digging?
Digging hard, but I'm gonna have to shut down and leave my sluice closed because I'm doing a walk now with the shovel.
Yeah, you don't want to walk. Minimize the walking. Look at all the gravel. Look at the mats.
3D printed.
3D printing. You got a video out on that yet?
Yep.
Yeah, go check out the video where he's making it.
Three mat underneath.
Dual matting, yeah. Little extension. All right, Jerry's gonna kill the pump and we're gonna see how this magical Pride matting works. All you want to see is an active exchange. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, lots of black sands, and you can see some gold, a line of gold forming. But the gold's underneath the black sand, so there's probably more than you actually see there.
Yes. Plus I got the dream mat under it, because these mats aren't a full cut. So the dream mat underneath is catching everything that runs between the mats.
Insurance mat.
Yeah, insurance mat.
Yeah, very good. We got a pretty sweet spot here, camping. Private land. Kevin knows the owner of the place, Ronnie. He's a pretty decent guy, man. Thanks to him. There's Jerry's setup there. Kevin's setup. And then we got my setup. Old truck camping. Slept pretty good last night, actually. It's kind of figured out the way to be the most comfortable, and I didn't set up the awning this time because it's we're not out in the bush and it's not too hot, so just wanted to set up and start mining some gold. Walking into camp. Who do we see here is the Canadian gold prospector, senior and Canadian.
Daddy, no, don't eat the bacon. I want some. I want some bacon.
And Zach.
Wow.
I took out my primary mat and cleaned it out real quick because it's so easy to do, and there's quite an accumulation. Didn't touch the miner's moss or the extension.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot in there. Now you just gotta labor it out.
Yeah. When I restart mine, I'm gonna put my bucket behind it just in case, you know, something does.
Yeah.
It's starting to warm up now.
Yeah. I was telling Jerry, any chance you get to capture gold, you put it in there, whether it's miner moss in the header box or a little V matting, anything. Well, it's early Sunday morning, and to our surprise, the water level went up. Actually, it's not too surprising. The water level on this river fluctuates quite a bit, so we decided to pack her in. I don't know if it was to I think some of the guys wanted to get home and watch the Game of Thrones finale, but anyways, I was ready to go. I was pretty sore. This is the cut here. Started to go deep. I'd like to go a little bit deeper, but the water line would probably come up a lot faster now that the river's higher. So it's about 9 feet across, 4 feet wide, maybe about 4.5 feet deep. So do the math and you can figure out about how much dirt I moved. There's the tailings. Washed pretty good. I think the wash plant did good. So the main question is sorry, the wind's picking up here. The main question is this a concentrated point or not? So we'll take her home and run the tailings and the cons and see if we get anything good. I'm hoping at least the gram would be nice, but I think that's reaching. Yeah, so I'm all packed up and ready to go. All the goodies are in that bucket there. Not a whole lot of them, so it should process fairly quick. So let's get home. It's a beautiful day up here in Edmonton, and I think it's cold and rainy in Calgary. It's kind of funny what 200 kilometers north can make a difference. So I set up my multi-sluice here, and it alternates fine and coarse V matting into my little recirculating pump with a little bit of, or in this case, a lot of jet dry. So we'll start running it, and we'll just feed it into the header box. And hopefully we see these things starting to fill up with some gold.
There'll be gold in there soon. And now it's supposed to sing it.
So let's drop out.
can see them kind of jumping all around down here.
Hey, get out of the deck. What are you doing in there? Looking for stuff you can catch.
Ah. It's looking pretty.
Starting to feed this thing here. So let's have a little peek underneath here.
It looks nice.
Yeah, there's some lines, good lines of gold there. So I usually let it run for a couple minutes after, get all that, as much black sand as you can. I'll dry it out, use a magnet to get the rest of the black sands out, and then I'll pan it out and then weigh it up. So I've let my cons dry overnight in the pan, and I guess that's a good thing, because now I can probably remove some of the magnetite, the magnetic black sands, and that'll make panning a whole lot easier. So I got one of two ways of doing it. I got the old magnet with the release on it, or I got my trusty old earth magnet from a hard drive here. Actually, you should check this out. The earth magnet here is actually way too powerful for what I need, because it'll pull the gold up with it. But it's kind of neat to play around here. You can see it just grabs that black sand.
No, don't eat the bacon. I want some. I want some bacon.
So that was a good way of concentrating the sands, but I think there's a lot of gold because of the power of it. It drags the gold around with it. So I'm just gonna spread that out a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is take this magnet and I'm just gonna lightly go over. And I can hear it picking up, and I'm just gonna go very lightly over it until I get about that much on it, and then I'm going to transport it over here. I can do this gracefully, which I can't. And drop it into a black pan here. Now I chose a black pan so that I could spread it out after, and then I could probably just pick out the little grains of gold, because I'll see it a lot better. And I'll show you that process later. Well, I won't be able to pick out this flour gold because it's too small, but I will be able to see it a whole lot easier with the black pan background. Alright, back. Gotta get a new tripod. There, back to this. So I'll just do that repeatedly until it's all gone. Another thing I might try after I'm done panning this out is I'm going to keep all these cons, because these are the heaviest of the heavies. They've made it through all the processes and they've come back into this pan here. So I've seen some videos where you can recover gold by roasting the sulfides. I think it's the sulfides. So you put it in a pan, cast iron or something, and you heat it up pretty hot, and then you come back and you pan it again, and boom, there's a few extra grains of sand, of gold in there. In some videos, quite a bit. So I don't know if there's much truth to that. So heck, why not try it myself? That might make for an interesting video. So let me you guys all let me know what you think. If you want to see that kind of a video, do some experimentation and see what we get out of it. Maybe I'll try it with the magnetite as well. But yeah, anyways, we'll get on with this. Let's pan this out and see what we finally get. All right, let me clean this up and I'll show you the end result. So I'm just going to weigh it up and see what we got. Put an empty one here, zero it out, and here we go. 0.94 of a gram. You know, that's not too bad considering how much I dug. Kind of was hoping for a gram, but yeah, it is what it is. Not too shabby, I guess. So we'll move on, and next time we got a little more digging, a little more time, a little more dirt. Maybe we'll go out to BC and get some chunky stuff and get the real stuff. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there, and see you in the next video. Take care.
No, don't eat the bacon. I want some. I want some bacon.
Hey guys, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thanks. Please visit my website at GoProspecting.ca. From there you can navigate the web links. Product recommendations I post on my page will link you to the Amazon store. I am a participant in the Amazon Associates program. It is a program designed to provide me a means to earn fees by linking to Amazon products and affiliated sites.